Oil prices hit four-year high as Strait of Hormuz blockade drives Brent past $122 and WTI to $109, raising global supply concerns. Petrol prices in Pakistan are expected to increase, potentially approaching $400 per litre.
Middle East uncertainty hits global markets as Pakistan's stock exchange drops 2.3%. Asian markets fall with Japan's Nikkei down 1.4% and Hong Kong's Hang Seng losing 1.5%.
Gold rises from a one-month low to around $4,554 as traders buy dips after recent declines. However, higher oil prices sustain inflation fears, limiting gains and reinforcing expectations of prolonged interest rates.
Pakistan commissions first hangar-class submarine in Sania, highlighting defense cooperation with China. President Asif Ali Zardari and Naval Chief Naveed Ashraf says it strengthens deterrence and safeguards regional maritime routes.
Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif announces affordable housing scheme with 50,000 homes planned in the initial phase and a long-term goal of 500,000. He says Rs 321 billion is allocated for the first year, pledges oversight of implementation.
The Afghan Taliban launched a mortar attack on civilians in Aguradda, hitting homes of Karim Khan and Rahmatullah. 5 family members, including 3 children, are seriously injured as the regime targets innocent lives.
US President Donald Trump says Iran will not be permitted to develop nuclear weapons, claiming US actions have reduced its military capability. He adds Tehran indicates willingness to negotiate, with discussions moving to phone calls.
The United States is considering limited strikes on Iran to influence negotiations, according to reports, while evaluating hypersonic options, as aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford is withdrawn for maintenance.
Trump discusses possible Ukraine ceasefire with Russian President Vladimir Putin during a phone call, suggesting a limited pause in hostilities. He says Putin offers support for Iran's uranium dispute, but he calls for focus on ending the Ukraine war.
Iran warns it will respond immediately if US forces advance as IRGC and officials signal unity and retaliation. Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf says measures aim to weaken Iran but insists energy infrastructure remains intact.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth tells Congress the U.S. is winning conflict with Iran. He faces scrutiny over a school strike that killed around 170 as investigation examines intelligence failures and civilian casualties.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard says Tehran leads an anti-disruption coalition as U.S. efforts to disrupt energy routes fail. IRGC claims Washington's naval strategy has not achieved its objectives after weeks of confrontation.
Iran Deputy Foreign Minister Saeed Khatibzadeh says diplomacy is the only path forward as talks remain stalled. He says Iran has put forward proposals with both sides maintaining positions during ongoing engagement.
U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance warns weapon stockpiles are rapidly depleting amid ongoing conflict, raising concerns over America's military readiness against global rivals, Atlantic report says.
U.S. Central Command says forces stop another commercial vessel accused of breaching blockade. It says 42 ships have been turned back as tensions over maritime access continue.
The truth behind the Pahalgam incident unravels, exposing an Indian false flag operation designed to malign Pakistan. Verified facts and AI-generated fakes have surfaced, proving India's narrative was a hollow fabrication to hide its occupational failures.
Hot and dry weather grips Pakistan with extreme heat in southern regions and dust winds in Sindh. Authorities forecast isolated rain in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa as temperatures remain high nationwide.
Pakistan's anti-narcotics force delivers a crushing blow to global drug syndicates. In a high-stakes operation at Karachi port, elite agents intercepted 180 kilograms of high-grade meth bound for Cameroon.
Special Communications Organization introduces 4G services in Ishkoman Valley, Gizar extending connectivity to remote areas of Gilgit-Baltistan.
Hyderabad Kingsmen defeat Multan Sultans by 8 wickets, chasing 160 in 15.2 overs. They advance to face Islamabad United tomorrow in Eliminator 2 of Pakistan Super League 2026 for a final spot.
And Netflix announces new Australian animated series Dad's House, centered on a 13-year-old splitting time with his father after divorce. The production includes Felicity Ward and is developed with Princess Pictures and Bento Box Entertainment.